What's up, sports fan? Two things. Number one, if you are a Cowboys fan, a Giants fan, or an Eagles fan, you want to watch this video. Another thing, all of this right here, I never take notes before my videos, but all that right there is going to be talked about in this video. So if you have attention deficit disorder, and I'm not making fun of anybody, I'm just letting you know, if you have a hard time paying attention, turn this video off, because I'm going to lose you, I promise. This video is, I don't know. Number one, first thing I need to share with you is the records of the three teams from the NFC East that are in playoff contention. The Dallas Cowboys, 8-6. Our last two games are against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 6-8, and against the New York Giants, who are 7-7. We are 2-2 in divisional play, and our remaining, we have 2 divisional games left. So both of our last 2 games are divisional games. The New York Giants, 7-7. Their last 2 are against the New York Jets, who are 8-6, and against the Dallas Cowboys, who are also 8-6. They are 2-3 in divisional play, and they have 1 divisional game left. The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-8. Their last 2 games are against the Dallas Cowboys, who are 8-6, and against the Washington Redskins, who are 5-9. They are 3-1 in divisional play, and they have 2 divisional games left. There's a lot more scenarios that are possible, but I'm going to get off with the first 4 major ones that would most likely happen first. Number one, there is only one possible way that the Eagles can get into the playoffs, and that is to win this division. They're out of contention for a wild card. If they want to get in, they have to win this division. And there's only one way that they can win this division, and I'm going to tell you. If the Eagles win out, if the Eagles run the table, the Cowboys lose out, and the New York Giants lose to the Jets but beat the Dallas Cowboys, all 3 teams would finish at 8-8, with Philly holding the divisional tiebreak record. Because if that happens, if Dallas loses out, we're 2-4. We're 2-2 in division right now. Both of our last 2 games are divisional, so if we lose both of those, then we'll be 2-4 in divisional play. If the Giants lose to the Jets but beat us, they would advance from 2-3 to 3-3 in division, putting both of us at 8-8. If Philadelphia wins both of their last 2 games, which are divisional games, they would advance to 8-8 overall and to 5-1 in divisional. So there you go. Repeat that one more time. If the Eagles run the table, the Cowboys lose out, and the Giants lose to the Jets but beat the Cowboys, all 3 teams would finish 8-8, with Philly holding the tiebreak. Here's one way the Giants can get in. If the Cowboys beat Philly and lose to the Giants, and the Giants run the table, both would finish at 9-7, and the Giants would lead the head-to-head tiebreak at 2-0. This next one is the one that I'm hoping to happen. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the Giants lose to the Jets on Christmas Eve, Week 17 doesn't matter, and the Cowboys clinch the East. If that happens on Saturday, if we win and the Giants lose, it's done. We are guaranteed a playoff spot. Whatever happens next Sunday doesn't matter. If the Cowboys lose out and the Giants lose to the Jets, but beat the Cowboys and the Redskins beat the Eagles week 17, Giants and Cowboys would tie with an overall record at 8-8. The Giants winning the divisional tiebreaker 3-3 to 2-4. Which actually, now that I think about it, that wouldn't matter, because if they beat us the last game of the season, they would win the head-to-head tiebreaker 2-0, so it wouldn't have to go to divisional anyway. Same scenario as above, but Eagles beat Skins. Eagles win the East with the divisional tiebreaker 5-1 to 2-4 to 3-3. Got it all right here. If the Cowboys win out, that would put us at 10-6, and then even if the Giants win one of those games, it doesn't matter. They would finish at 8-8, and we would win the East by 2. There's no way that we can both win out for the simple fact because we both have a game against each other the last game of the season. If the Cowboys win out and the Giants lose out, Cowboys win the East by 3. This could happen. If the Cowboys lose to the Eagles and the Giants win against the Jets, but the Giants and Cowboys tie the last game of the season, we would both finish with an overall record of 8-7-1. Giants winning on the divisional round tiebreaker, 1 win, 0 losses, and a tie. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the Giants lose to the Jets and the Giants and Cowboys tie the last game of the season, the Giants would finish with an overall record of 7-8-1. The Cowboys would finish with an overall record of 8-7-1, winning the East, even if the Eagles went out and finished 8-8 for the simple fact because 8-7-1 is still better than 8-8. That is one less loss. If that happens, the Cowboys will win the division. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the Giants beat the Jets and the Cowboys and Giants tie the last game of the season, Giants would finish 8-7-1, Cowboys 9-6-1, Cowboys win the East. If the Jets win out and the Cowboys beat the Eagles but lose to the Giants, we both finish 9-7, and the Giants win on the head-to-head tiebreaker. Oh, you don't have to pin that, it doesn't matter. So there you have it, guys. Very, very strong possibility. All of those could possibly happen. It's not over. I just told you like 11 different ways that this could play out. Most of them either equal to the Cowboys winning or the Giants winning. There is one possible way that the Eagles can win. And there is one possible way that the Giants can lose one of their last 2 games and still get in. And that is for us to lose out and the Eagles lose to the Redskins the last game of the season. Because then we would both be 8-8, and they would take the head-to-head 2-0. I don't ever recall a time whenever there were 2 games left in the season and we were talking about 3 teams from the same division that could get in. It's been one of those seasons, and like I said, best case scenario, Cowboys beat the Eagles, Jets beat the Giants. There we go. We would clinch the division because we would be 9-6, and they would be 7-8. We would be 2 games up with 1 game left. So even if they did beat us at the end of the season, it wouldn't matter because we would still finish 9-7 versus 8-8 for them. So looking at all that, I think that the Cowboys have a slight edge, not dominant, but we do have a slight edge as far as who has a better chance to get in. I will say this though, no matter who gets in, you got to step up your play. Because when you get into the playoffs, I don't want to be one and done again. Whether it's the Giants, whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Cowboys, whoever gets in has to step their game up. But make no mistake, NFL rules clearly state, how do you think the Seahawks got in last year? With a losing record. They won their division. Division champions are guaranteed a playoff spot. Not necessarily a first round bye, not necessarily home field advantage, but division champions are guaranteed a playoff spot. So one of those 3 teams is going to be playing after New Year's Day. We might have our answer on Saturday. It might have to actually wait until the last game of the season, because it could come down to that, and I hope it doesn't, but it could. But that's your playoff picture, guys. For the NFC East, you got 3 teams, 2 games left, 1 spot. Who's going to get it is the question everybody's asking. And one more thing, I know that a lot of guys pull for their division. For example, I know a couple Cowboy fans that if we don't get in, the Giants do or the Eagles do or whatever, they'll be pulling for the Giants in the playoffs or pulling for the Eagles in the playoffs. I personally ain't like that. I can't stand my division except for my team. It's a rivalry, and to me, that's all it is a rivalry. I can't stand them. I always want to see them lose. I don't care what's at stake. I don't care if they're playing us or somebody else. I don't like the Patriots all too much, but I was pulling for them in the Super Bowl against the Giants. I was pulling for them in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. I'd never like to see them win. I pull for my conference, not my division. I'll be pulling, if we don't get in, I'll be pulling for the Saints and the Packers. But if an NFC East team, if we don't get in, or the NFC East team happens to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, then I guess I'll be cheering for the AFC team in the Super Bowl, because I absolutely will not cheer for the Giants or for the Eagles or for the Redskins. I was cheering for the Redskins yesterday. For the simple fact because we're that time of year and a Giants loss is a very good thing for us. But that is one of the very few times that I'll be cheering for a division rival ever. But with all that said, that's your playoff picture. This wasn't an exciting video as I usually like to do, so apologize, but I figured that you guys might like to know what's going on. And so, there you go. That's the playoff picture. But I'm going to get out of here. How about them Cowboys? Peace.